Hello everyone, you're watching HMJ channel. Today we'll study accounts of 11th commerce. We already have studied in part 1 the concepts of bookkeeping and accountancy, and now in part 2 we'll see some basic accounting terminologies. The first is transaction. Transaction is exchange of goods and services between two parties for money's worth. The transactions can be monetary or non-monetary. Monetary transactions are which involves the exchange of money or money's worth. It involves cash transaction. Cash transactions, for example, purchase of goods for rupees 9,000. And another is credit transaction, which is not based on cash. For example, goods sold on credit for rupees 9,000 means the instant payment is not done. Next is non-monetary transaction, which does not involve exchange of money or money's worth. It involves the exchange of goods, which is called as barter system. But only monetary transactions are recorded in the books of accounts. The next is entry. Recording of business transactions in the proper form or method in the books of accounts is called entry. The next is narration. Narration is the brief explanation of business transactions for a particular entry. It starts with the word being. If the transaction held for the selling of goods, the narration will be being goods sold. Next is goods. Commodities, articles or thing in which a trader trades is called goods. These are purchased or manufactured for the purpose of sale and to earn the profit. For example, medicines, vegetables, engine, cable, tires, etc. Next is capital. Capital is the amount invested in the business by a proprietor. Capital is the excess of assets over liabilities. Drawings. The amount of cash or the value of goods or assets withdrawn from the business by the owner of the business for his personal use is called drawings. For example, a proprietor pays college fees of his son. Means his personal expense is done out of business money. So it is called as drawings. Next is goodwill. In simple words, goodwill is the position of the business. Okay? It is aggregate of intangible attributes of business that contributes to its superior earning capacity over normal return on investment. It is reputation of business expressed in terms of money. Next is debtors. Debtors, a person who has to pay to the business, for getting goods and services on credit. Creditors is also related term, means opposite, a person to whom the business has to pay for getting goods and services on credit. Here person pays to the business and here business pays to the persons. Both the terms are based on credit, debtors and creditors. Bad debt. It is irrecoverable amount from a debtor. The amount which cannot be recovered from the debtors is bad debts. Next is solvent. A person who is financially sound and able to pay off his debt. A person whose assets are more than his liability. For example, a person's total asset is calculated as 50 lakh and his total debt is 30 lakh. So, his position is sound and he is able to pay off his debt, therefore he is called as solvent. Whereas insolvent, a person who is not financially sound to pay off his debt? A person whose liabilities are more than his assets. For example, if a person's asset is calculated as 20 lakh and his debt is 50 lakh, means debt is more than asset, so he can be declared as an insolvent person. Next is accounting year. It is a period of 12 months for which accounts are maintained and closed by the proprietor. Earlier, the proprietor were following any accounting year or as a calendar year as a financial year. But now, for income tax purpose, an accounting year starts on 1st April and it ends on 31st March. At the end of accounting year, a proprietor has to prepare trading, profit and loss account and balance sheet to find out the financial position of the business. I'll explain you the accounting year. Suppose accounting year starts on 1st April 2020. So when will it end? Yes, 31st of March of next year, means 2021. A year starts on 1st April 2019. When will it end? It will end on 31st of March of next year, means if it starts on 2019, it will end on 2020. Starts on 19, ends on 20. Started on 20, ends on 21. So 1st April 2020 to 31st March 2021. Next is expenditure. An amount spent by the business for any consideration received by business is called expenditure. It is further divided into capital expenditure. This expenditure is incurred to acquire fixed assets or to increase the value of fixed asset. It gives the benefit for a long period of time and it is non-recurring in nature. Next is revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure is an expenditure from which no future benefit is expected, but having immediate or short-term benefit may be less than 1 year. It does not increase profit earning capacity of an organization. For example, salary paid, rent paid. Example of capital expenditure was extension of building, purchase of machinery. Next is deferred revenue expenditure. It is the third type of expenditure. An expenditure which is basically revenue in nature, but whose benefit is not exhausted within 1 year is called deferred revenue expenditure. For example, heavy expenditure on advertising or heavy legal expenses. Cash discount and trade discount. It is explained here and it is compared. Both the terms are compared here together. Cash discount is deduction in the final amount right at the time of sale, whereas trade discount is allowance given on the catalog price of goods. Cash discount, this concession is given to encourage the prompt payment. It is calculated after deducting trade discount. It is loss for seller and gain for buyer. This cash discount is calculated after trade discount and it is loss for seller but gain for buyer. Whereas about trade discount, value of goods sold or purchased is net value payable for both buyer and seller. Here is an example to understand trade discount. If goods sold for rupees 1000 at 5% trade discount, the trade discount will be 50 rupees. That means 950 rupees will appear for both the parties, that is for the buyer and seller. Cash discount appears in the books of accounts, whereas trade discount does not appears in the books of accounts. Next is profit. When selling price of goods is more than the cost price, it is profit. Profit increases the capital of the business. The loss is the opposite of profit. When the cost price of goods is more than selling price, it is loss. And loss decreases the capital of business. Income, revenue arising as a result of business transaction. It is the amount receivable or realized from the service provided. It is income. And revenue, income that a business has from normal business activities, or you can say day-to-day business activities. For example, sale of goods and services to the customer. Here, assets, liabilities and net worth. Assets are nothing but the properties of the business. Any physical thing that has a monetary value, or asset is the property of the business. For example, land, computers. Types of assets are fixed assets and current assets. Fixed assets gives long-term benefit, for example, land and building, plant and machinery. And the current assets held in a business for operating year and can be converted into cash easily. Current asset gives short-term benefit. For example, debtors, bills receivables, cash at bank. Fictitious assets. It is imaginary asset which do not have any realizable value. For example, deferred revenue expenses like advertisement paid for 4 years. Next is liability. What is liability? Amount payable by the business to the others. For example, loan taken, bank overdraft. The types of liabilities are fixed and current liabilities. The fixed liabilities, it is long-term liabilities, and the examples are long-term loans from bank, long-term loan from financial institutions. Current liabilities are short-term liability, payable within a year. An example, creditors, bills payables, etc. Now the net worth. The another words for net worth are capital or owner's equity. So what is capital? Capital is nothing but the amount invested in the business by the proprietor, right? So the net worth is also the same. It is owner's equity or capital. Net worth is excess of assets over liability. So the formula is given down. Owner's equity or the capital equals to assets minus liability. You can also say owner's equity equals to total equity minus creditor's equity. So all in all, net worth is nothing but capital. The last is contingent liability. It is a liability which may arise in future. It is not confirmed liability, not the perfect liability. It does not affect financial position of the business. It is not shown on the liability side of balance sheet, but it is shown as a footnote to the balance sheet simply as information. Example, a worker makes a claim for compensation for rupees 5,000 against business and the decision is still pending in the court. So it can be treated as contingent liability. Okay, so that's it about part 2. We'll meet soon in part 3 with some other concepts of accounting. Thank you.